August 30th, 1991. From Manchester, Kentucky, this is the induction ceremony of the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presented by the Clay County Quarterback Club. Tonight, 20 people will be inducted from as far back as 1926. We begin the ceremony with a welcome from Charles White, Superintendent of Clay County Schools.
This is the first event that we've had in the new high school, and it is a beautiful facility, and I would like to thank the hard work of Mr. Willie Sizemore, the former superintendent, and the Clay County Board members for their insight in this building. It is a beautiful facility. I am very proud to be a Clay Countian tonight, born and raised, and certainly would like to thank each and every one of you members who are going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight, and it's a very proud moment for Clay County. At this time, the preacher from Manchester Baptist Church, Reverend Kenneth Boland, would like to say a prayer. Thank you.
Let's bow our heads in prayer tonight. Our Heavenly Father, we come to you again tonight, thanking you for this opportunity, thanking you, Father, for life and living. But Father, for this moment, we thanking you for the ability to participate in athletic events. Thank you, Father, for the gift of basketball and track and football and all the other sports, Father, which we participating in from time to time. And Father, we thank you for this number of people that are being inducted tonight into this Hall of Fame. We thank you, Father, for their hard work. We thank you, Father, for their commitment and dedication. And Father, I believe each and every one of them can say that the preparation and the hard work that they spent in athletics at Clay County High School paid off for them, and it taught them how to play the game of life. Thank you, Father, for just everything, Father, that you've done. Thank you for the human body and its ability to compete. And thank you, God, that we can train our bodies in such a way that we can do things not even imagine. Now, Father, I pray, Lord, that you would bless each person that receives an award tonight. I pray, God, that that honor might be bestowed upon them in a way that they can feel proud to be from Clay County, Kentucky. We ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
During his tenure as superintendent of Clay County Schools, Clay County athletes were offered the finest of athletic facilities to perform on. Much credit for Clay County's winning tradition in all their sports programs must first go to this man. It is with great pride that the Clay County Quarterback Club presents its Appreciation Award for 1991. The award reads, presented to Mr. Willie Sizemore for 43 years of dedicated service to the children of Clay County. Presenting Mr. Sizemore's award is Jerry Highland of the Quarterback Club. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Willie Sizemore.
Congratulations.
It's heavy. Hang on.
Yeah. You may need some football players to help you carry it.
Here, just turn up a little bit on the body.
It's Okay, the Clay County Quarterback Club would also like to thank the following individuals for their help tonight before we get started. First of all, Miss Patsy Scalf, who is a local artist, for her talented works of art that will be presented by the club as gifts to the inductees tonight. She did a terrific job, and we hope they enjoy their gifts. Miss Agnes Stivers and her kitchen staff for the outstanding meal we had tonight. Mr. Larry Harms for his photographic work in restoring our inductees' pictures that will hang in the Hall of Fame tonight. And believe me, some of these pictures were in pretty bad shape. He did a wonderful job with them. Miss Joanne Gregory, who aided in the coordination of tonight's festivities. Debbie Mills, the Clay County cheerleaders, and the yearbook staffers for the super job they did in serving us tonight. It was a tremendous output of people. You did a fantastic job, girls. We appreciate it. Charles Ray Hubbard for the beautiful flower arrangements and the table directions. And we'd also like to thank Mr. Tim Mays from Channel 27 for videoing tonight's ceremony. And if anyone is interested in obtaining a video from tonight's ceremony, you can look Tim up right after the festivities here. Each inductee will receive a complimentary video so that he can look back on tonight several times in the future. And last but not least, we'd like to thank you, the public, for coming out and supporting this and showing our inductees how much you think of them. So thank you. Okay, I'm going to keep it short on my part because I'm not much of a speaker anyway. Let me open tonight, though, by saying that dreams do come true. The idea for the festivities that will take place tonight began as a dream when several quarterback club members were returning from a road football game. While riding back to Manchester, we were talking about the abundance of great athletes turned out by Clay County High School. Somebody made the comment, wouldn't it be great if we could tell all the former athletes how much we appreciate the hard work and effort they gave to CCHS during their playing careers. Our dream became a reality when former Superintendent Mr. Willie Sizemore, CCHS Principal Doug Adams, and Athletic Director Jimmy Dale Murray gave our club members their approval to begin what is now known as the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. We would like to thank these men at this time for the part they played in tonight's dream as it turns into a reality. If you fellas would stand up, please. I have also been extremely blessed as president of the quarterback club to have a group of club members that are so hardworking and dedicated to the advancement of Clay County sports. Without their support and months of hard work, tonight's program would not have taken place. I would like to take this time to recognize those fellas that mean a world to me. They have really worked hard tonight to see that this has came about. The quarterback club members would please stand, please. Okay, before we get into the exciting part of it, let me briefly explain the Hall of Fame format before we begin tonight's induction ceremonies. I know a lot of you don't understand the rules and the format that we follow. To be eligible for the Hall of Fame induction, the following guidelines must first be met. The athletic nominee must have been a graduate of Clay County High School and must be out of Clay County High School for a period of 10 years before he or she is eligible for induction. The reason for this, we have a tendency to remember the recent stars and we have a tendency to forget the ones from the past. So this gives us a little time to think a little while. Any coach that coaches a Clay County High School athletic team to the state championship will automatically become a member of the Hall of Fame. Any Clay County athlete or coach that is inducted into the Kentucky High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame will automatically become a member of the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. A committee of 30 individuals will determine the inductees as they receive nominations from the public each year. This is not a one-night thing that we decide who's going to go in. There's many, many meetings and discussions that lead to tonight's induction. This year's inductees, we feel, represent what would have had or have played a major role in forming the foundation for the programs that we have now. We feel our programs today were built on the foundations that they established, and we're very proud of our inducting crew this year. It is with great pride that we now introduce the 1991 Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame inductees. Our first inductee participated in the sport of girls basketball during the 1920s. May Caudle Hibbard played 4 years and was chosen on the all-regional team, all-district team as the #1 player for the years 1923, 24, 25, and 26. During the 1923 season, May led her team to the state tournament for the first time. The team traveled to Winchester via the train and then taxied to Lexington for the state tournament. At that time, there were no seats in the gym, so they didn't have many fans to follow them. May and her teammates lost to the eventual state champions, West Louisville, 11-2. So things have really speeded up since then. May returned to the state tournament in 25, where her team lost to Georgetown, who also became the eventual state champion. May Caudle Hill captained her team during her last 3 years of competition and became Clay County's first all-state player in girls basketball. She is still a devoted fan of Clay County High School athletics, traveling from Florida, where she now resides, to see the 1989 Tigerettes win the state championship. It is with great pride that we welcome Miss May Caudle Hibbard into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Miss Hibbard with her gift from the quarterback club is member Don Penner. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss May Caudle Hibbard.
Congratulations. Let's turn it around so they can all see, shall we? Real proud of you.
Well, I would love to say a few words. It is so much different tonight to look at this and know what that we had when I was going to school. We played in a little room where the ceiling wasn't much higher than this. We didn't lose many games there because we could bank them off the ceiling. And the others, they had never played in anything like that. They didn't know how. But that was just our first year and a half. But we hadn't had a team to go to the state. And Oscar Wright was our coach. And at noon he says, I'll have to go under the hill and call Barbara to see when to bring the boys to the tournament. The boys had gone a time or two. And he came back all excited and they said, bring a girls team. We had only been in high school, I had, and May Jones, about 6 weeks because they let us come in at the second semester because they had so few high school students and the graded school was crowded. And the 8th grade that passed the exams could go to high school. So he took them, he just picked out you. And that was about our first time to play together. We played such schools as Broadhead, Mount Vernon, Crab Orchard, and 4 Mile, London, Williamsburg, and 3 schools in Barboursville. And Corbin never had a girls' team as long as I played, but it was trying thing. And in the second year, that in 25, when we played in Lexington, we didn't have much. Lexington didn't have a gym. We played in rooms, except they were just rooms for 1 or 2 to stand around. Our only fan that we took with us was Roy Jones. He went with us on every game that we played. And one time when we were playing in the tournament, Foggertown won over us, but they didn't go and we went. I played again, and that was Marie Carnick was on that team, I'm quite sure. And then when in 55, the gyms at UK where we played, on the girls' side, and there was a gym over here, it wasn't much bigger than ours that we'd had at Manchester. You could bounce the ball, and it may go that way, or it may go that way. You never knew where it was going to go to. But the second year we played, they were building UK's first gym. And the boys' teams got to play there. Now, the Manchester boys hadn't gone there in Clay County, but at the last game, they put up scaffolds around, and I guess there's 102 people at the basketball game in Lexington. And you can see what it's grown from to now that you can hardly get seats. And I'll say something else. Our first year we played, when we came home, D.M. Allen gave us each one a $5 gold piece. I don't think he's going to start it now. And I hid mine, and then when I went back to look, it was gone. I never did get to use it. But I can see such great, change here, and I'm proud of it all and proud to have been part of it. Thank you.
It is said that Lil was a tremendous shooter, making her and her teammates a 4-year team of successful winners. Players traveled to many games back then by horseback, so you guys think you got it bad riding these buses. They had to go by horseback. Lil and her teammates also had to stay in the homes of the communities that they were playing in before returning back the next day. On rare occasions, players were able to travel by train to distant games. Lil Rollins' enthusiasm and hustle, desire, has served as an example for other athletes to follow. It is with great pride that we welcome Miss Lil Rollins into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Miss Rollins with her a gift from the Quarterback Club is member Larry Day. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Lil Rollins.
Thank you, Larry. Bless your heart. Look at that. That's really something. But I've got something to tell you, too. Now, I've got a basket full, a big bushel basket full of memories that I could pull out here all night long. And sometimes when I get started, it's about as easy to stop the Mississippi River up with the corn cob as it is me to hush. But anyway, to make a long story short, I'm so thrilled about this. And I just got in by the wire, say by the closing moments. I go back 60 years. And I stand before you today almost 80 years old. And all that Terry said is true, but there's a lot more to it too. Now, we had a little 4-room school up on the top in the mountains, right up on the top of the hill, Colson Hill we called it, surrounded by trees, and our coach was C.P. Ramsey and Willie Spurlock. And so we played by the boys' rules, and Buddy is rough as pig iron. He's a knock down and drag out. I just got my nose straightened about 2 years ago, and there's still a little lump on it, but I went through a terrible operation to get that fixed. But anyway, we enjoyed it oh so much, and we had, you talk about roosters and boosters, we had roosters and boosters too, and 3 of our main boosters was Baxter Bledsaw and Ed Hayes and Mr. Enoch Cody, who was the ticket agent over to our little train that come in to take to Manchester twice a day. It come of a morning at 8 o'clock, it arrived, and then in the afternoon, it came back at 4. And so much of our traveling, I want to tell you something else about our little schoolhouse up on the hill. It had 4 little rooms and a little chapel, and we had no running water. So we had 2 outside johns. One was for the boys and one was for the girls. And every Halloween night they was tossed over the hill. And we were so thrilled to have these trees around. They came in very handy. And sometimes they made us suffer a little bit because we just wouldn't tell on nobody for anything. Even if we knew, we just kept a closed mouth. But we had a wonderful group of girls. I played with a wonderful group of girls. And we had, now when we went out to play, our gym looked like an old barn with slabs on it, but it's precious to us. And when we went to play, we had, now our opportunities and our competition wasn't much in Clay County. We had two other schools in Clay County that had high school boys and girls teams, and that was Foggertown and Burning Springs. And we played them, and our means of transportation was something else, honey. They didn't have any roads, no blacktops, no gravels, and nothing but mud hole after mud hole. And so we had to go horseback to get to these schools. And it was 9 mile there and 9 mile back. And so we rode horseback. And I don't know whether I have time to tell you this, but I could, it's really funny. We had to ride behind the boys. We had to ride in the back. And the boy that I was riding with, he had a little horse, a little slim horse, and he decided, we come after we got around so many mud holes, we had a little straight stretch. He decided that he'd show off that horse and make it rack. You know what racking is. And I weighed 98 pounds soaking wet, and there I was on the back of that, and I was just this. And I said, George, I'm going to fall. He said, no, hold on. And about that time, off I went, but I landed on my feet. And I was embarrassed, and I cried a little bit, and all the rest of them, they just stopped their horses and laughed at us. And so he said, I'm sorry. He said, get up on that rock now and get back up here and quit crying. And he says, I won't do that anymore. Well, I said, can I ride a straddle? He said, no. He said, I'm a preacher's son, and he'd disown me if you... But he says, and by the way, that's my son-in-law's grandfather. Is that right, Saul? That was Saul's uncle, and that I was riding with. And so when they saw I was crying, they felt sorry for me, little old bitty 98-pound thing. And so he says, get up on that rock now and get back up here, and says, I promise you that I will not rack no more. And so we made it, but when we got there, we had to spend the night. We played that night. It is 9 mile out there, Foggertown. We played that night, and we spent the night in the community with the players. And the next morning, we come back home, and believe you me, we couldn't hardly walk. We was so sore. So it took us a few days to recuperate, and we went the same way to Burning Springs and back. And we had fun. It was worth it all. But then the only time that we could go out of town to play, we had to ride this little passenger train that came in. And came in of a morning at 8 o'clock in the afternoon. And wherever that little train went, we could go play, which included Barbersville, Pineville, Middlesboro, and even up to Lone Jack. And boy, you talk about the end of the world, that was Lone Jack. It was a mining camp. And we had to walk a little dinky line for a mile or two to get up there. But it was great to us. The city was all lit up with electricity, and it was really, really a treat. But anyway, we won so many games, but we played the same way. We'd play of a night, and then we'd come home the next morning and get home that evening at 4 o'clock. And they'd be over to meet us, you know, and cheer us up if we lost. Sometimes we lost, not many times. We were a winning team. We were really good players. And so that's the way that we played. And I could tell you so many things that happened, but I don't have the time, and I promised him I wouldn't take all the time. But I must tell you this. Now, the most precious moments that I have of my basketball career. We started off in 1927, and we had a wonderful team. Nanny Mae Stivers was our center, and I was a forward, and Gladys White, she played with us. We were the three that really kept the thing a-going. But anyway, to make a long story short, that night, when we started out in 1927, it's kind of in the wintertime for this ball game, and when the whistle blew, we knew that was a signal for us to hit the floor. And so when we heard that old whistle, out we come, just a flying, you know, and take our places on. And lo and behold, I'll have you know that they were singing. We didn't have any cheerleaders, but our boosters was singing, when the Clay County team comes out in line, we're going to see them win another time. For the dear old school we love so well. We'll yell and yell and yell and yell and yell. By that time, the roof was nearly coming off. And they were really yelling for us. And oh, that worked us up with enthusiasm, and we was ready for the battle. I'm so proud of them, and all I can say is this: the Lord has done great wonders for us. And we are so thrilled and so happy. And I just wanted to tell you this. I could go on forever, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stop this Mississippi River up right now. And I thank you all for your attention, and God bless you all.
How do those ladies remember all that? I don't remember nothing past 1985. Well, we're proud of them, I tell you that. Our next inductee was an outstanding basketball player at Clay County High School. Hoyt Smith started all 4 years of his high school career, which began in 1927 and ended with his graduation in 1930. Hoyt led his team to 4 district titles under the guidance of coaches C.P. Ramsey and Willie Spurlock. Hoyt's determination and spirit followed him to Sue Bennett College, where he participated in football and basketball. Hoyt's play earned him a scholarship offer from Union College. However, Hoyt opted instead to marry his girlfriend Edna, to which he's been married now for the past 59 years. It is with great pride that we welcome Mr. Hoyt Smith into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Mr. Smith with his gift from the Quarterback Club is member Greg Smith.
Yeah. Are you ready? I can't understand why I'm up here. Somebody must have known that I played ball a long time ago. And there's not very many people living now that ever seen me play, because that's been several years, 71 years ago nearly. First place, I played Manchester High School 4 years, 28, 29, and 30. And when I left that school, I went to Sue Bennett College. I played there a year and a half. And I was awful small to play football, but I weighed 135 pounds. I played in, and if I didn't open up the hole, my fullback took me in all up through it. So I made one day we played Union College, and I happened to get to make the best tackle and got a haircut, a shave, and a shine. And Lindsey Blair, I went to the shop with me to see, he wanted to see him put a hot towel on my face. When I left Sue Bennett College, I had an option to go to Union College. They come to me 2 or 3 times and asked me to offer a scholarship. So I don't have much to say, except instead I had 2 decisions to make. One was to go to school, or one I took as myself 59 years ago. sitting over there now. So that's all I have to say. And I'm still satisfied and thankful that somebody sent me has made a decision that me to be here as one of the members. So I thank everybody and everybody that's here.
Our next inductee participated in the last girls basketball team during the 1931 and 32 season until its reinstatement or reestablishment in the 1970s. Laura Rice Stinson was an extremely talented basketball performer while in high school. During the 1932 state basketball tournament, she was voted the outstanding state forward. Her determination and hustle were an inspiration to her teammates. Ms. Stinson still resides in Manchester and is still a tremendous supporter of Clay County High School athletics. It is with great pride that we welcome Laura Rice Stinson into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Ms. Stinson with her gift from the quarterback club is her son, member Joe Stinson. Pat House was a tremendous athlete whose talents gained him all regional honors in 1939. He repeated the honor in 1940 as he's led his teammates to an outstanding season. Pat was the first boy basketball player at Clay County High School to be named first team All-State in 1940. Pat also played for the first ever Kentucky-Indiana All-Star game back in 1940. In 1941, Pat House entered Lindsey Wilson Junior College in Columbia, Kentucky. While at Lindsey Wilson, Pat played for the Blue Raiders of Coach John McQuarrie and enjoyed a successful season. Pat and his teammates' many victories earned him the conference championship. While competing in the Kentucky Junior College Conference Tournament, Pat was named to the All-Tournament team. It is with great pride that we welcome Mr. Pat House into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Mr. House with his gift from the quarterback club is member Chester Benny Smith.
I thank you very much.
Elbert Monk Abner attended Clay County High School from 1944 to 1948. While there, his athletic dedication served as an inspiration to all his teammates, some of which are here tonight. Monk was coached by M. Spurlock. His efforts earned him honorable mention All-State honors from the Louisville Courier-Journal in 1948. Instead of pursuing an athletic career after graduation in 1948, Monk decided to serve his country during the Korean conflict. Monk returned from Korea but was no longer the active athletic young man he was during his playing career due to injuries received while in Korea. Monk Abner received a Purple Heart from injuries sustained on September 23, 1950 in Korea. Monk was hit by shrapnel which damaged his spine, resulting in total and irreversible paralysis from the waist down. Elbert Monk Abner passed away on Thanksgiving Day, 1974, from complications resulting from his Korean injuries. It is with great pride that we honor Mr. Elbert Monk Abner, by induction into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Accepting the quarterback club's gift to the family of Monk Abner is his sister, Cleo Abner. Presenting the gift to Cleo is club member Jamie Gilbert.
Quarterback club and friends of Clay County, We, the family of Albert McAdler, want to say thank you for honoring him tonight.
Our next inductee played softball for Clay County High School in 1945, 46, 47, and 48. Joe Gibson was an outstanding softball player who overcame a physical handicap to become one of Clay County's greatest and most admired athletes. Joe won over 90% of the games in which he pitched. The highlight of his career possibly being the time he pitched 3 consecutive shutouts during the 1947 district tournament. What made it even more impressive that all this occurred on the same day. Joe is remembered as a fast pitcher with excellent control. He served as an inspirational role model for his teammates and many fans. It is with great pride that we welcome Mr. Joe Gibson, Jr. into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Mr. Gibson with his gift from the quarterback club is member Ray Smith. Joe Gibson.
I don't know. I couldn't have done that any better myself. Somebody said the reason struck out so many, I never did pitch a strike. Nobody hit them out at balls. So that may be true, but anyway, I enjoyed it, and I appreciate this tonight, being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe. Okay, our next inductee established the first ever girls track and cross-country program at Clay County High School. Coach Stanley Abner's spirit and determination inspired his athletes to perform at championship levels. Coach Abner's track and field teams won 8, and get ready to listen to this, 8 straight Southeastern Kentucky Conference championships, 7 straight Class AA regional championships, and 3 straight Class AA sectional championships. His cross-country teams were always among the state's best, recording 5 straight SEKC championships, 4 straight Class AA regional championships, and were state runner-up in 1982 and again in 1984 in Class AA girls cross-country. Coach Abner and his girls accomplished their major goal in 1983 by winning the first ever team championship for Clay County High School by capturing the state Class AA cross-country championship. For his coaching efforts, Coach Stanley Abner was named Class AA Cross-Country Coach of the Year by his fellow coaches in 1983. It is with great pride that we welcome Coach Stanley Abner into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Mr. Abner with his gift from the quarterback club is member Jimmy Brown. Stanley Abner.
Nice guy.
I wouldn't try to top what those women said. No way. But I would like to thank this quarterback club, of which I'm a member, for making this possible. I will thank my wife, Freddie, who stayed with me all the way, and by the way, she's still here. And I had a brother named Grover who absolutely forbade me to lose. Donnie Gray knows about that. I appreciate Maynard Jones. He was an assistant coach. And Terry Wilson here, the founder of this club, is a man that taught me everything I ever knew about track. The first time we ever went out for a track meet, we got lapped in a mile relay. So we had a lot of learning to do. And I'd like to thank the people who gave me money. There are people in this audience right here tonight who pull money out of their pocket and give to me to help support this program. And I'd like to thank those beautiful girls that worked so hard to make the state championship possible. And finally, I want to thank the Lord, because I guess he was behind the whole thing all the time. Thank you.
Coach Gray's overall coaching record is 173 wins against only 22 losses. Under his leadership, the Tigerettes have won 4 straight 13th regional titles. Donnie Gray is a 1969 graduate of Clay County High School, where he was a 3-year starter on the baseball team, being named MVP on that 69 team. He's a graduate of Cumberland College and is currently an instructor of health and physical education at Clay County High School. It is with great pride that we welcome Coach Donnie Gray into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Donnie with his gift from the quarterback club is member Jerry Highland. Coach Donnie Gray.
Snap with that. That's me.
Well, I tell you, I'd rather dig a ditch and do this right here, I'm telling you. And I'm not good at digging ditches. Terry, Coach Wilson, if you need any trouble how to say Tennessee Vols, I've got a brother-in-law back there that can tell you how to say it, because that's where he's from. No, I just want to say thank you to you, Coach Wilson, and to the quarterback club, because you guys has done an outstanding job here. And I just want to say thank you, Joanne, for what you've done here decorating this place up here tonight. Joanne doesn't get a lot of credit, especially from me sometimes, but she's going to get it tonight. I want to thank Mr. Sizemore for giving me the opportunity to serve as head coach some 6 years ago, for all that he believed in me. I started out as an assistant football coach with this man here, and he taught me a lot about football and a lot of discipline, how to handle people. Then under Larry's guidance, I was assistant coach with him, and I learned a little bit about girls basketball, because I didn't know anything about basketball. I never did play basketball. I was too short and too fat. I couldn't play. So Larry taught me everything I had to know about girls basketball. But then again, I just want to say thank you, and coaching is fine as long as you win. The only time coaches ever gets any credit, you know, is when they lose. If you lose, then the coaches gets the blame. So I've lost 22 games, so I've been blamed 22 times. That's not too bad. But then again, I've got a couple of girls here tonight. I see Kim Jones-Roberts back there standing, and she was the most valuable player during the 1989 state champions. And if it hadn't been for her, and I think Angela Hurd, I'm not sure if she's here. Yes, she is, so I want her to stand, because without those two people and the rest of the girls, I probably wouldn't be standing up here at this place tonight. Thank you.
Okay, our next inductee is a 1977 graduate of Clay County High School. Denver Ward is a former school record holder in various track and field events while at CCHS, some of which were in the 100-yard dash. Now this kind of dates him. Now it's all meters. This was in yards back then. 220-yard dash, 440-yard dash, long jump, triple jump, and was also a member of the record-setting mile relay team. Denver Ward was the Southeastern Kentucky Conference champion in the 440-yard dash as a senior, and went on to represent Clay County High School as a state finalist in the triple jump competition. Denver graduated from Union College, where he also excelled in track and field. He was the 1980 and 1981 KIAC and NAIA District 32 champion in the triple jump with a leap of 46 feet 1/2 inch. He was also a member of the 1981 KIAC Championship Mile Relay team, which set a Union College record with a time of 3:27. In Bluegrass State Game competition, Denver has totaled 10 gold medals in 3 years of competition, making him one of the state's top athletes in his age division. Denver recently established a new meet record in the triple jump at this year's Masters Midwest Outdoor Track and Field Championship held in Huntington, West Virginia. It is with great pride that we welcome Mr. Denver Ward into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Denver with his gift from the quarterback club is David Earl Langdon.
First of all, I'd like to thank the quarterback club for selecting me for the Hall of Fame. It's a great honor to be selected. And also, I'd like to I would like to thank two people here that if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be standing here right now, and that is Coach Stanley Abner and Coach Terry Wilson. Stanley Abner, when Coach Wilson first came to Clay County, Stanley Abner wanted me to come over one day in the gym and run for Coach Wilson. I came over and I ran, and Coach Wilson told me to come back, and that was the beginning of my career. I would like to thank both of you all.
Having rushed for 218 yards in a victory over Lynch High School and 209 yards the following week in a victory over Williamsburg High School. It was probably the best win I ever had. Kenneth helped lead his team to 7 wins in only his second varsity football season. I had the honor of coaching this young man, and they don't come any better than Kenneth Mitchell. It is with great pride that we welcome Mr. Kenneth Mitchell into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Kenneth Mitchell. Our next inductee was the first state champion produced by Clay County High School's rich athletic program. Billy Cornett won her championship while competing in track and field. She won the 1981 state championship in the discus throw, winning the event on her last throw of her high school career. Besides being the 1981 Class AA state champion in the discus with a throw of 102 feet 4 inches, she was also a state runner-up competitor in the 1980 state shot put competition. Billy was the former school record holder in the shot put with a throw of 37 feet 2.5 inches and a former record holder in the discus with a throw of 109 feet 2.5 inches. Billy attended Union College and is presently an instructor of biology at Clay County High School. It is with great pride that we welcome Miss Billy Cornett into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Billy with her gift from the quarterback club is member Jan Nicholson.
I can't tell you how honored I am to be a part of this tonight. It's a little scary following all these people, all their stories to tell, but I want to take this opportunity to thank a few people that I had never had a chance to thank. First of all, my parents and my grandparents. You could count on one hand the trips that these people did not make with me. They have traveled all over the state, everywhere I've went, including when I was in college, and I just want to say thanks to them. Grover Abner. He was always there for everything, cheering me on, giving me advice, just being there. I want to thank him. Mr. Terry Wilson, who without him, probably I wouldn't know how to do this at all. But most importantly, which like Denver said, is the reason I'm up here to begin with. And I kind of have to tell you a little story with this. I was playing basketball in 8th grade up here in a county tournament at the high school. And to be honest, I couldn't shoot a lick when I was in grade school. And they would throw me the ball under the goal, and I'd shoot, and it'd go clear over the basket. And this old gray-haired man sitting up on the stage running the clock, every time I would shoot the ball would say, "That ain't no hay bale. You've been throwing too many hay bales." So after the game, I was standing talking with my grandparents, and here comes this old gray-haired man to talk to my grandfather. And he puts his arm around me and he says, "This is my next shot putter." And I thought, well, that'd be fine if I knew what a shot put was. But he's the cause of it all. We had no facilities. We'd get out in the parking lot and draw a circle with a piece of chalk, and there I'd stand and throw. And he knew about as much about it as I did, because he went and bought a book, and there we sat reading, trying to figure out how to throw. And that's where Terry Wilson comes in. If he hadn't known what he was doing, we'd have never got anywhere. But I just want to say thanks to everybody. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Billy only missed missed one thing in her talk. That was not chalk that Stanley drew circles with. It's his Rolaids that he always carries with him. We still got Rolade marks on that track. We can't get up out there. Okay, our next inductee was an outstanding football player for Clay County High School, setting many individual defensive records that still stand today. Tim Chickle was a member of the first ever varsity football team at CCHS. He was the 1978, 79, and 80 All-Southeastern Conference pick by the conference coaches. In 1980, Tim received All-State Honorable Mention honors for his play at defensive tackle. Following his senior season, Tim was named to the Blue Chip All-American Honorable Mention team and also named to the Century Prep All-American team, which lists the top 100 players in the country. Tim was voted the best defensive lineman and MVP by his teammates in 1981. Tim still holds the school record for the most tackles in a game, 21, and most tackles in a season, 121. After graduating in 1981, Tim received a football scholarship to Taft Junior College in California, where his teams compiled a record of 21 wins against only one defeat. Tim was a member of the National Junior College Champions as they were chosen after their triumphant victory in the Shrine Potato Bowl. In 1983, Tim received a scholarship to Indiana University. Tim graduated from IU with a BS degree in Business Administration, and Tim is currently the football coach at Goose Rock Elementary. It is with great pride that we welcome Mr. Tim Chickle into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Tim with his gift from the quarterback club is member David Wombles.
I want to thank everyone for this honor, and especially my family that's here, and also the coaches that got me a start, starting with Stanley Abner, Donnie Gray. He used to always make us run 10 times extra up this hill and tell them we ran 2 times extra, and every one of them would add 2 to it, and we always ran about 5 times more. And any of the other coaches here that have, and especially Terry Wilson that gave me a good start. Thank you, Alan.
When he wasn't pitching, Maynard was an outstanding first baseman for the Clay County Tigers. Maynard Jones was an accomplished basketball player at Clay County High School and still today holds the unofficial record for the longest field goal ever scored by a Clay County player. It is with great pride that we welcome Mr. Maynard Jones into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Maynard with his gift from the quarterback club is member Glenn Robinson.
I'm not no speech maker, but I want to thank all the people that had anything to do with this and appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Our next inductee coached basketball at Clay County High School for a period of 12 years. Coach J.W. Thurman arrived in Manchester in 1949 and coached through the 1962 season, compiling a record of 322 wins and only 83 losses for an average winning percentage of 79%. During Coach Thurman's career as coach, the Tigers appeared in the state tournament 6 times. Clay County High School's winning tradition was now established. Spider, as he is known by his friends, was an All-American quarterback while attending Eastern Kentucky State College. Coach Thurman was recently inducted into the Kentucky High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame. Coach Thurman's love of football and his eagerness to see the football program begin at Clay County High School resulted in the county championship football game being named in his honor the Spider Thurman Bowl. Spider recently retired as Director of Alumni Affairs at Eastern Kentucky University and is now enjoying his retirement living in Richmond. It is with great pride that we welcome Coach J.W. Spider Thurman into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Coach Thurman with his gift from the quarterback club is member Ray Smith. Coach Thurman.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank the Clay County people for letting me stay here for 12 years in coaching. It's one of the most enjoyable experiences I've ever had in my life. We did win the regional tournament and took the first team to the state tournament. And since that time, Clay County has been state tournament many times. And I'm always enjoyed to see Clay County in whatever sport or activity they're doing. In fact, all the boys that have played for me have gone on and done well, and that is what is so important for athletics. Even those people are having sons and daughters who have gone on now and become all-state players. And that's when it gets to be important. Athletics is a great thing. And I certainly can think of no other place than Clay County that has a support for their high school than the people in Clay County have. That's one of the things that keeps Clay County going, is the support they have. And I always enjoy reading the Manchester Enterprise each week as it comes out to see what happened to Clay County sports. And I tell you, that paper really covers the sports. I see Bill Abner here, and he's a sports editor, and I enjoy reading about it all the time. Thank you very much. It's been a great honor to me to have had a part in this great athletic program of Clay County High School. And I'm looking forward to many more championships, Bobby.
Okay, our next inductee is a 1953 graduate of Clay County High School and was an outstanding high school and college basketball player. Ray Mills was a member of the All-District team in 1951, 1952, and 1953 while playing for the Clay County High School. Ray was a member of the All-Regional team in 1952 and 1953. Ray once held the Clay County High School record for most points in a game by an individual with a 45-point outburst against Lilly in 1953. Ray led the 1953 team to an undefeated 35-0 regular season record. While participating in the Kentucky High School State Basketball Tournament, Ray was the #1 pick of the sports writers, radio announcers, and coaches for the 1953 All-Tournament team. Ray went on to play for Coach Adolph Rupp of the University of Kentucky. While at UK, Ray led the freshman team to an undefeated season. He also led the team in point production with an 18.3 average and was the leading rebounder that year also. Ray lettered in basketball at UK in 1955, 56, and 57. Ray also was an outstanding high jumper in college, lettering in track at UK in 1955 and 56. It is with great pride that we welcome Mr. Ray Mills into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Ray with his gift from the quarterback club is member Jim Bowling. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ray Mills.
I'm certainly not a public speaker, but if my hands will stay still, I want to say a few words. I want to thank Coach Wilson and the quarterback club for this great honor, and probably the greatest honor I've ever had. And just bear with me, I'll get over this in a minute. A lot of people help you along the way. And I had many people that helped me. First, I want to thank God for giving me the strength and the desire to be a basketball player. And then I want to thank Mutt Samples and Oneida and Coach Thurman for being willing to work with somebody as awkward and as I was, and spend lots of hours to help me become a basketball player. And Coach Spider, I think, was one of the greatest coaches that's ever been in the state of Kentucky. I look back, and I get the old picture out sometimes, and look back, I think we had 10 players, and 8 of us graduated from college. And everybody went. And as I can attest, we were not geniuses, by no means. And we were not rich, by no means. So it was through his dedication that led us to that. And it helped me to get a scholarship to college, which I would have never got. And I thank so many people for that. Thank you.
Okay, our next inductee was also an outstanding basketball player at Clay County High School. During Henry Schuyler Garrison's 4-year career, many honors were received by Schuyler and his teammates. Schuyler was named to the All-District team in 1953, 54, and 55. He was a member of the All-13th Regional team in 1953, 54, and 55. Other honors received by Schuyler included being named to the All-Cumberland Falls Invitational Tournament team in 1954 and achieved every basketball player's dream by being named to the Ella State squad in 1955. Schuyler continued his basketball career by entering Cumberland College, where he was chosen the best athlete at Cumberland College in 1957. Schuyler scored an amazing 47 points in a game against Southeast Christian College during the 1957 season. After 2 years at Cumberland College, he journeyed to Knoxville, Tennessee, where he became a member of the University of Tennessee volunteer basketball. My mistake, sorry. Mr. Garrison also had an outstanding coaching career at Clay County High School as he led the Tigers to many regional championships and state tournament appearances. It is with great pride that we welcome Mr. Schuyler Garrison into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Mr. Garrison with his gift from the quarterback club is his son, member James Ed Garrison.
Thank you, James Ed. As in life and sports, you know, they're a great deal alike. Timing is one of the most important things, and if you recognize the years that I was here and look who was around me, I'll name a few in case you've forgotten. Coach Thurman, Ray Mills, Skimp Campbell, Clayton Stivers, John Rice, Herman Hibbard, J.M. Stone, Bill Hounshell, Clyde Phillips. Some of y'all help me if I've forgotten one or two of them. But you don't do great things, you know, by yourself, and I don't guess I ever achieved anything great. As I say, my timing was right. And I'd like to appreciate and say thank you to these gentlemen that I had the privilege to play with and to play under. It was a pleasure, and it'd be something that I'll cherish all my life. And I really appreciate this, Mr. Wilson, and I think the quarterback club is to be complimented. And I thank you, and enjoy your evening.
Eugene Campbell participated in softball and baseball during the years 1952 to 1956. Eugene was an outstanding center fielder in softball and a hard-hitting shortstop in baseball. Eugene was such an outstanding baseball player that he was offered a baseball scholarship to Lincoln Memorial University, but decided to attend Eastern Kentucky State College instead. Eugene's baseball skills caught the eye of the baseball scouts as he was offered the opportunity to play Class D baseball for the Morristown, Tennessee club. During his softball career, the Clay County Tigers lost only one game. Eugene Campbell's enthusiasm on the baseball diamond served as an inspiration to all his teammates. Eugene Campbell is a 1960 graduate of Eastern Kentucky State College and is currently finance officer for the Clay County Board of Education. It is with great pride that we welcome Mr. Eugene Campbell into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Mr. Campbell with his gift from the quarterback club is member Tim Watkins. Eugene Campbell.
Doesn't have any hurry. You know, it's really something to be honored for something that you dearly love to do. And I really love to play baseball. And this is a great honor. And Terry, I want to personally thank you and the members of this club. I'll cherish this as long as I live. Thank you.
Now I'm going to get this right. It's the University of Tennessee this time, okay? Our next inductee played 4 years of basketball while at Clay County High School. Glenn Skimp Campbell led his team to 4 district championships and 3 regional championships. Glenn was all-tournament selection in the district tournaments in 55, 56, and 57. Competing in the 1956 and 57 regional, his performance earned him all regional honors, being named to the all-tournament team both years. Skimp was an all-state performer during his senior season at Clay County High School. After graduation in 1957, Skimp entered the University of Tennessee on a basketball scholarship. During his 4 years at Tennessee, Skimp led the Vols to many victories, including a victory. I'll get this right. During his 4 years at Tennessee, Skimp led the Vols to many victories, including a victory over Adolph Rupp's Kentucky Wildcats. It is with great pride that we welcome Glenn Skimp Campbell into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Mr. Campbell with his gift from the quarterback club is member Les Carnahan. Glenn Campbell.
Thanks. Put this around. Yeah. Oh. Thank you. Well, I know it's very tough to say Tennessee when you're in big blue country down here, but when I was in Tennessee, of course, I think we had a few people that pulled for us when I was playing down there, and I appreciate that. But I'd just like to say that any success that I had playing basketball at Clay County, I'd have to go back to the guys that played with me, Clyde Phillips, Skylar Garrison. Those guys, without them, I would have been nothing. And they get all the credit. Paul Lunsford, who was from the same school I went to. We had Paul Lunsford, we had Russell Wolf, all from Pinhook. Everybody know where Pinhook is in here? But that reminds of a little story. I was in New York, I don't know, a few months ago, or maybe it was a year ago. And I was in a conversation with 2 other gentlemen, and it always would bring up, where are you from? And I'm from Manchester, Kentucky. Oh, where's that? Clay County. Oh, I've heard of Clay County. That's where they shoot you and then ask questions later. And I said, before I could say anything, there was another guy standing there that actually travels, I guess, this area and sells shoes, maybe to Ben Rice. And he said, oh, no. Those people in Clay County are the nicest people in the world. And he says the only time they shoot you and ask questions later is when you say something bad about their basketball team. So Clay County basketball is not just a regional or a state sport.
it's now thanks to Spider Thurman and thanks to Bobby Keith. And of course, we've got Skyler that was kind of sandwiched in between those two guys. And Skyler was an outstanding coach as he was player. And of course, Skyler was telling me the other day, I was visiting with him, and his claim to fame, as far as coaching, he tells me, is that he taught Bobby Keith everything he knows. But Skyler's a great one. Skyler, and believe me, I'm not going to go on as long as the women. I'm not trying to talk to them. I mean, I'm glad I didn't play back when they did. If they played like they talked, they'd be tough. I lost my train of thought there. But anyway, getting back to those guys that I played with at Clay County High School, and I think I mentioned some of those names. I hope I didn't leave any out that I played with. All of them were super guys. We were short on talent, but we were long on intestinal fortitude. We were long on having a big heart. And of course, part of that big heart was a man sitting to my right down here, Spider Thurman. And Spider, any success I've had, I have to go back to this guy, where it be in basketball or where it be down the road of life. This guy has meant so much to me. Besides my family and God, Spider Thurman is a guy that meant more to me than any other person in my life. And excuse me for getting out of hand here just a little bit, but that's how I feel about this man. He came to Clay County, I guess they said 49. I didn't want to age him. I was going to say 50, 1 or 2. But, and what he did is he won the hearts of every little boy in Clay County, including me. I was out at Pinhook School. My mom, I could hear her hollering from the store, and a lot of you probably know where I live, and maybe some don't, but it would be dark. I would be out at Pinhook. It would be muddy. It would be cold. It would be raining. It would be snowing, but I would be out there playing basketball. And most likely I was with myself, or possibly my cousin Eugene would be up there playing with me, but if he wasn't available, I was there by myself. And what I was doing is, if I was Ray Mills, because Ray was an idol of mine. Ray, I'm aging you now a little bit, but I mean, Ray, when I was growing up, I would have given anything under the sun when I was in the 7th grade or 8th grade at Pinhook to have just met this man, because I idolized him. I idolized Skylar Garrison, and the other Clayton Stivers is one I would like to throw the name out. That was just. I would be playing ball, and I would be Ray Mills one shot, and I would be Skylar Garrison the next shot. And Clay County always won, of course, in those games. But I just want to thank my family. Without them, again, they've been a lot of help. My mother's here tonight. I wouldn't tell her age, but she would probably get me when I get back. But she's reaching pretty close to 3 digits, and so I'd like for her to stand. Just if she doesn't mind back there. That's just. So we thank God for her, giving her the health that she has, and again. I want to thank the fans of Clay County. I had the opportunity, this is the last story, I got to see one of the greatest teams that I've ever seen in high school play, and that was Coach Bobby Keith's team in the state finals in 87 or 88 when they actually got beat. They were the best team, and unfortunately in sports and down life's way, the best team doesn't always win. They were the best team. They had played very hard that afternoon, and they kind of ran out of steam, and I'm not making excuses for them, because this is exactly what happened with Richie and his brother and all the other kids playing there. They were outstanding. I mean, I must have played with rocks in my pocket. I mean, these kids are probably shorter than me, and they were dunking the ball, and I can barely touch the rim, so it didn't make sense. But the fans after that game, Clay County fans, I was as proud of you as I was the basketball team, because first of all, the best team in the state tournament got beat that night, and the fans, I've never seen fans that act any nicer than the fans from Clay County did. They know how to take defeat as well as to win. They don't know how to get defeated too many times, but they do know how to take defeat. I thank all of you very, very, very much for coming, and that's all I have to say.
Okay, under our next inductee's guidance, the Clay County Boys Basketball Program has evolved into the finest program in Kentucky's history. During the 1980s, Coach Bob Keith's Tigers captured 8 SEKC championships. This is in 1980s alone. 10 49th district championships, 7 regional titles, 2 state runner-up titles, and the dream of all coaches, the Kentucky State Basketball Championship in 1987. Coach Keith's coaching record is an impressive 613 wins against only 93 losses. 13 of Coach Keith's teams have finished in the season ranked in the state's top 10. In 1989, he led his team to a 33-1 record and became Kentucky's first coach to win the state's coveted Coach of the Year award for the 3rd straight year. In October of this past year, he was chosen for induction into the Union College Athletic Hall of Fame. Last March, Coach Keith was inducted into Kentucky High School Athletic Hall of Fame, an honor every coach dreams of. While an athlete at Clay County High School, he played on 2 regional championship teams in 1957 and again in 1958. Bob Keith attended Lindsey Wilson Junior College and was a starter on teams that finished 4th and 3rd respectively in the National Junior College Tournament. He graduated from Union College in 1962 after serving as co-captain of the Union College Bulldogs. It is with great pride that we welcome probably the greatest basketball coach ever, Coach Bob Keith, into the Clay County High School Sports Hall of Fame. Presenting Coach Keith with his gift from the quarterback club is member Freddie McWhirter.
Freddie hands this to me, and I don't usually tell stories, but the first thing I think of, we were playing Middlesboro when he was a senior. We go out and we warm up and we walk in. It's 3 minutes till the game starts, and he says, Coach, I'm seeing 2 baskets up there. What am I going to do? I'm seeing 2 baskets. Well, I said, pick one up and shoot at it. If it ain't the right one, forget it and shoot at the other one. We go back out. He scores a career-high 34 points. He comes back in, bounces, and he said, I picked the right one, Coach. Freddie, that wasn't on the agenda, but I just threw that in there. I would like to say that I sort of like Skip Campbell over here as a young boy. I used to go down the dirt road, barefooted, bouncing a basketball, dreaming that someday I could be a part of the Clay County High School basketball program. And just like he, fellows like Muck Abner and Ray Mills and Schuyler Garrison, they seemed bigger than life to me. And I just hoped that someday, in some way, I could be a part of that program. And under Coach J.W. Spider Thurman, one of Kentucky's finest and greatest high school coaches, I got that opportunity to be a part of a regional championship team in 57 and 58. And I thought it was the greatest honor that I would ever have. And then in 63, when I was out of college, I was offered 3 coaching jobs. At the last moment, I got an assistant coaching job here at Clay County under Schuyler Garrison. And the other 3 were just out the window like that because there was only one job that I was interested in. That was being back as a part of basketball here at Clay County High School. And we had some great moments, Schuyler and I and myself together, a couple of regional championships in there. And fortunately, I got the chance to be a head coach here at Clay County High School. And I thank our superintendent for allowing me that opportunity. I thank Willie Sizemore for keeping me in coaching after I had open heart surgery, because I wouldn't have been back the last 3 or 4 years without him. And I thank the greatest fans that any school in Kentucky ever had, for giving me the opportunity to bring back some pride and some dignity and some honor to the people of Kentucky and to the finest people of all, the people of Clay County. And I want to thank all those ball players who so many times put their heart and soul out there so well for me in so many big ball games and played so much better than they had any right to play. And to those fans and to those players, I say thank you. And to this quarterback club, I say thank you. And I will say this, 30 years of coaching, 3 years of playing, 1 year of student teaching. That's 34 years here. And it's been a wonderful 34 years with you. I thank you.
This concludes our induction ceremony for tonight, and thank you for attending tonight's festivities, and we hope that you come back next year when we induct other Clay County great athletes from the past. Thank you very much for coming.